Good morning, everyone. Happy Black Friday. Happy Thanksgiving. Who's ready to get cooking? I'm going to continue to get set up, honestly. We've got our slow cooker recipe pack going down. We're going to be diving into the 28-day reset, all that goodness right over here. But you caught me in figured I'd start early, get everything set up. We're having trouble streaming. What? Oh, right, because we're trying to go to Facebook too. Let me jump into the Facebook, get everything all set up. So I figured I'd jump in a little bit early, tag everyone, get everything set up. Get the house even set up. It's going to be a little loud as we're transitioning from the living room into the dining room or into the kitchen and the bedroom. Let's get this rocking over here. Boom. Here.
So here, let's sit with you.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's Hope Bear doing the haka. I don't know if you guys know about the haka. But if you know, you know. Hope Bear knows what's up. And again, if you guys got questions, let me know. We're going to get going here. Technically, we're starting at 8:45 this morning. So I just wanted to get set up, get everything going. See who wants to jump in, hang out, all that goodness. Get our light. Dude, this screen protector's killing me. The lighting. I got to figure out the screen protector, yo. I got to get a new screen protector. It's finally time to put on a new screen. I'm just worried about taking this one off because I've got. Oh, yeah. This one's too jacked up. You ever have a screen? Let's see if you guys can see it. Look how jacked up the screen protector is. All the breaks. Now, it's mostly in the screen protector. I'm worried about the glass behind it. But the screen protector has done a really good job overall. We just got to match some lighting to help it out. May just be helpful to just do one of these. May just be the move to, yeah, that's going to have to be the move. Let's see, is the camera in the way? Slide that out so that's not in the way. Boom, boom. Okay, there we go. Yeah. How was everybody's Thanksgiving, by the way? I'm always curious to hear how everything went down. Okay, that's that. Boom. Okay, that one's set up now. Come over here. Get our destination rocking over here, and I'll also get my banner. I'll be right back. Check the cool banner, y'all. Oh! Yeah. And bang. All right. So that should be pretty much it. All right. Let's get live stream rocking. Okay, live video. Live. What? Here we go. Webcam. Got our key. This should be good. So again, today we're going to be talking about just basically celebrating all the deals we got going down. So today is the cooking demo. We're using our Crockpot, going over our recipe book. Also, the Kindle edition of all of our books are absolutely free right now. Okay, so I wanted to make it free for you guys to make it as accessible as possible. Then we have the printed version, or as cheap as they'd possibly let us sell it. I believe it's $2.99. So you can get the printed of both our slow cooker that's going to have the recipe we have today, as well as our 28-day reset, got your full plan. And with all of these purchases, you're also going to get access to our app as well, where you can like log your food, all of that good stuff. And you'll get a 14-day workout program, trial, coaching support, all of that. And when you finish your 14-day coaching program, you will actually get our band set sent out to you absolutely on us. And if you buy the bands on whatever platform you can, and you do our entire program and you complete it and you're 80% adherent to the plan, I'm actually going to reimburse you the cost of your band. So basically it's absolutely free. All you got to do is just show up and do it. So with that being said, we're going to get like 10 more minutes for me to finish getting set up here, loading up my other backup phone for TikTok. We're going to get our Facebook group ready to rock. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Getting all the funsies set up. And again, if you guys have questions while we're going through this, if there's specific things you want to see, if there's particular things that you want me to go over, let's get the ingredients out as well. All the nums. Oh yeah, we're going to double up on the turkey chili too. Or on the turkey for the turkey chili, I should say. It technically calls for 1 pound. We're going 2 pounds because I want that extra protein this week. I find, especially when I want to go hard on food, being able to double up on protein is helpful. We got our beans, chili powder. This is where we actually get to use the recipe itself. We got our olive oil. Boom, we got our ground turkey, peppers, onions. So this is where I'm going to give you guys a pro tip from a time-saving perspective if you want. We'll get into that stuff too. All right, let's get back on TikTok Live, Amazon, Facebook. Everything's going. How we doing? How we doing? All right, we got Amazon. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see if we're going on there. And good morning here on Amazon. So as you can tell, we're getting into our Crockpot recipe. Starting early this morning, so we got enough time to let it cook. Got our turkey chili recipe going down. Now, this calls for 1 pound of ground turkey, which puts it at 22 grams protein per serving, about 321 calories. But I want to level it up and get even more protein, so I'm going to throw in a 2nd pound. So we're going to be pretty much doubling up our protein on that one. Not exactly, because the beans and whatnot aren't getting doubled, but it's going to be over 30 grams of protein per serving with this recipe. So you guys don't have to follow along exactly these ratios. You can play with them, but I'll go over all of that as we're chopping it up, as it were. Okay. Boom. Bam. Here we are. Put our description in. Let's rock it. All right. Should be good. Connect video. What's going on here? Edit. Oh, let me add this one too. That's fine. Hey now.
Oh yeah. Nice it is.
Jiu-jitsu. So I'm just going on TikTok Live to try and get that jumping too, and there's all the random jiu-jitsu videos popping up. Hilarious. All right, we technically got 7 more minutes here, y'all. I just started this live a little early to see who wants to jump in. How's it going? So again, we're getting our cooker, our crock pot recipe going down. Right now, we have all of our products either free or extremely discounted on either our TikTok shop, Amazon Live. Again, we have our slow cooker and our 28-day reset. The Kindle edition is absolutely free. The printed version is as cheap as we could possibly do it. It's $3 right now. And then we also have, you can go to our resources and you can check out when you get either one of these, in the resources section on those books, you'll get access to our 14-day trial. Even the Kindle edition, you get access to our free 14-day trial. This is a promo we have again. Black Friday, wanted to take care of you guys, give you as much value as I possibly could, and just show you, like, listen, if you haven't worked with us yet and you don't know, hey, is this going to be the right team? Is this going to be the right coaching? Is this going to be the right approach? Just try it. Just like literally low investment just to get going. Now, if you really know, like, hey, based on everything I've heard you guys saying what you're doing, you know what's up. If you know, you know. We already got that trust variable. We have our band set. That's once you complete the program, you're going to actually get the entire reimbursement cost back, especially here on Amazon or whatever platform you're getting it from. And we also have our coaching program options as well, that we have a $500 gift card that we're giving across our coaching platforms when you start our 14-day trial for absolutely free, and you do at least 80% of the work. Just show up 80% of the time. I know life happens. Things are going to happen. That is okay. What's going on with this? Huh. All right, so I got to copy the stream key. Let's see what's going on over here. Back up, connect stream, expand video. What's going down? What's going down, Facebook? Why are we not going live? All right, let's see if we got any questions here on Amazon as well as we're getting into everything. So again, we got our cookbook, we got the Crockpot, and then we're going to break out the rest of the ingredients. All right, let's go live here. Whoa, geez, as I kind of trip over everything. Let me get this set up right over here. TikTok angle going and rocking. Say what's up to everybody on the live. All right, so I'm not going to keep messing around with our Facebook group. I'll get it dialed in. Bye. Oh, what's up? What's up? I see you. Hey, hey. Thanks for the love from India. Appreciate you. So I know you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, right? But happy holiday season. It's the season of the holidays, right? So I'm going to pull up our book. And again, if you guys are watching on any other platform, you can jump on. We have all the details in the description. If you want to actually do the shopping and shop along with us for all the Black Friday deals, for all the weekend deals, from now until Cyber Monday, we have all these deals going down. Want to do a cooking demo with everybody, as well as just talk about value and run through our schedule, because I'm going to be going live pretty much every day for the weekend. I wanted to make sure you guys know what's up. Same to you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. All right. We're going to add in the products here, and then we're going to get cooking. So this one's going to be a pretty simple, pretty straightforward one. Again, we've got our turkey chili recipe book here, or a recipe from our slow cooker recipe. So this way y'all can kind of see like what to expect. We got 8 servings that are come from this. Now, the one thing I was talking about, from all the proportions, it tells you exactly what you need, how to do it. We're going to tweak it. It actually calls for us to kind of heat up the turkey chili in a pan so you get it nice and sauteed and crispy. I actually straight up just let it cook, especially this is, to me, I think for my parents out there, my busy professionals, for the people that are like me, I try and simplify it as much. So we gave an option here that you don't necessarily have to even saute it in the pan. You can technically just throw it right into your crock pot and let it cook that way. And I've seen tremendous success with that. It's absolutely fine. Tastes good. All that good stuff. And the last thing we'll need to seasoning up in this bad boy. So we got our seasoning, we got our turkey, we got our veggies. We'll run through our checklist. And again, it goes over the ratios. We got 25 just like awesome recipes. Not all of them even are animal product based. We got plant-based, vegan friendly. We also have, again, our 28-day reset as well that has additional meal plan samples, as well as workouts and more resources in there that'll give you access to our program. So if you guys are watching along at home and you want to get on that, even have where you can take action right over here. And again, buy buy this stuff on Amazon. We're getting it on TikTok shop right here. Let me add everything in. Cool. What's up, TikTok? Got the bands. We've got our book. We're ready to rock. Okay. All right. We're on here. Added products. Let's go. Let's go. Now let's just pin. And again, if you guys got questions as we're going through this, let me know. Still technically got 1 more minute before I'm fully in my groove. Boom. So cooker. We got our crock pot here. Now the cool thing here is I just want to talk to this crock pot for a second. The thing I really appreciate about it is like it's super simple. To clean too. It's already been cleaned, but like you just dump this out. And also I've like done a friend of mine just recently had a baby, so we actually made this exact recipe for him. And it was super easy not only to make, but to take it out, portion it out, send it over. Or if you're going to a party, cool thing is like if there's already a crock pot there, it's relatively easy to transport. Obviously, it's a little chunky as far as size, but it's not too crazy. It's not that complex. It's literally like plug it in. I've got my cable right over here. You throw your ingredients in, and you're pretty much good to go. And that's what I wanted to use in general, entire recipe book for the slow cooker, because it just to me makes so much sense from an ease perspective and just from a function perspective. So if you guys do have questions on any of this stuff, let me know in the chat. I'm going to pull up all the chats so I can see, but I'm pretty much just going to get rocking now. We're going to just get into the fun and roll away. When I say roll away, I mean rocking and rolling, as it were. All right. All right. You know what I mean? All right. We're pretty much... Feels nice to start on time. I gotta say, like this is when I try to intentionally adjust our timing today so I can know, hey, I'm gonna get this rocking on the right time. And then what I will also say, we're going to be the cool thing about getting any of our products during Black Friday. You will also get access to promotional and gift cards to our health retreat that we have going on this February in Joshua Tree, California. So we have max 25 spots open. Let me turn off the audio. I'm just checking for my chat here so I make sure I don't miss anything in the chat. And yeah, once we have those spots, that's going to be it. So get on it while the getting is good, as it were. Okay. All right. So let's just run through our checklist really quick. So we've got our olive oil. We've got the ground turkey. I leveled up from 1 pound to 2 pounds. So it just gets even more protein. You can play with it as you want. We also have our peppers and onions. So in general, calls for actually fresh peppers and onions. But what I did was to save time, I want to show you guys all my hacks on saving time. Just frozen bag. I did 2 because I like to have 1 bag per pound, which is roughly going to be 1 of each colored pepper and 1 onion per ground turkey. So it calls for 1 medium onion, 1 red pepper, 1 yellow pepper. We're going to get it seeded, stemmed, chopped, 30 ounces of our tomato sauce. Then we got 30 ounces of our diced tomatoes. Ooh, let me get my tomatoes. Just got the diced tomatoes over here. Then we have 30 ounces of black beans. So I'm going to get a second thing of our beans. And in general, even though it calls for black and kidney beans, you can rotate these. So we got our 30 ounces of kidney. We'll do 30 ounces of black beans. And then I even sometimes will mix in different types. Like I was saying, pinto beans, all the goodness, or even like you really like your kidney beans, go with that. Just it's really the ratio for the macros and the calories, the protein, feeling full, the flavor profile. That's like really what sets it off. It also calls for 16 ounces of jalapeno peppers, chopped and drained. But I don't believe we actually got those because when Carrie went food shopping, I think I hit her with the list a little too late and we missed that. So we're not actually even throwing that in. We have, it calls for 1 cup frozen corn. I'm going to skip that for today because I like know what I personally like, but the recipe itself calls for a little bit more diversity. So we're going to pull that out. It also calls 2 tablespoons chili powder, 1 tablespoon cumin, and salt and pepper to taste. But what I found effective is just using a chili seasoning mix. It's a simple hack. So this is the traditional recipe we've got. But what I'm doing today is like my busy parent, busy life. Hey, we're going to try and move this along as quickly as we can kind of approach. And again, you can get all this stuff in the shop. We got it kind of hooked up for you guys. When you buy this, again, you'll not only get the recipe pack, you're going to get the 28-day reset. We're also going to hook you up with a 14-day trial to our app. This is all part of it. And then when you do the 14-day trial, when I say 14-day trial, I'm talking about on our LOF app, our Lifestyle of Fitness app. It comes with literally everything you need. It's got a 2-week body weight program. You can also upgrade it if you want to. If you're already going to the gym and you just want some more clarity, you can upgrade it there. If you want to upgrade it, we have our band set that you can purchase as well, that it will have programming for. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Normally, when it comes to the beans, we drain them, but I'm actually going to keep all the liquid in here because I just like that consistency for the chili. I'm going to set it on low right off the bat. We're going to throw in the beans, the peppers, and I'm going to throw in the turkey on top. And then I just like honestly mix it. Even though it calls to saute it in the pan, I just like to mix it. So as you guys know what's going down as we're going through this. And I'm going to keep, oh my goodness, going through it. And then what we're also going to do when you do your 14-day trial, that's why I'm rocking my hat today. We got the Life of a Fighter edition. We did just drop our LOF apparel line on all our online platforms that you can purchase, but they're Lifestyle of Fitness. So I wanted everyone to have access to that. But our Life of a Fighter line was a printed edition. We did a limited print that you can't buy. You can only get this gifted, sent to you, and earned in some kind of fashion. I thought it was like a cool way to like, it makes me think of when I was in like high school, right? I was never a part of the, I want to say it was like the 500 club or the 1,000-pound club, where you'd have in your big 3 lifts, you'd have over 1,000 pounds total. I was not lifting that much weight at that time in my life, nor am I even lifting that much weight now. But the point is, I appreciate something that you can't buy that shit. That's something that you have to earn. And I appreciate having things that you have to earn. Like, that's one of the biggest things I've gotten from martial arts is in a fight, man, no one's going to give you anything unless you are paying to fix a fight, which now apparently is becoming more a potential thing. I've seen a lot of interesting things around that with the UFC lately and other promotions, but no one's giving you anything, especially when it comes to a fight. You're going to have to earn that stuff. That's like an important piece to it. So again, y'all, when you get the Kindle edition, you can also get the printed. When you buy the printed, any one of the books that you buy, if you buy the printed cooker or the 28-day reset, we're going to gift you, again, on top of that, our 14-day coaching program, absolutely on the house, as well as when you go through the coaching program, you will get gifted our band set that's over $100 value. You will get $500 in credits towards our coaching programs, diagnostics, all that good stuff. Our health retreat we have in Joshua Tree, California, that I'm just super stoked about. We're also going to have remote passes. If you can't make it in person, so let's even say, hey, Mike, I'm not going to be able to make it in February. We actually have remote passes you'll be able to get, and you can use those same credits towards that as well. Honestly, you know what I realized? For the olive oil, this is for the pan. So if you guys are not going to do it with the pan, we don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to slide that over. I just want to show you for our ingredients. We've got our second thing of peppers and onions. Now this is the good stuff. Ground turkey. I personally like going with 99% lean here. So I get maximal protein and ratios out of it. But if you're not that crazy, you can go with whatever proportions you like. And then again, to plug for our bands, I'm going to show you our band set here really quick. Because with the bands, here's the cool part. You have everything you need in a workout program. Like, you literally don't need anything else besides this. Why I wanted to put together the band set, like everything we have available this weekend, I specifically designed. I thought about myself as a parent, as a professional, and I wanted to design things for me and those like me and problem solving for clients that I knew were running into similar things. So look at the size of this, by the way. When I say the size of this, like in comparison to our book, it's like you can throw this in your backpack, you can throw this in your suitcase. I'm going to be going up to New York for Christmas this year with all the kids and family. And this is obviously going to come with me. It goes everywhere with me. Even when I go to Joshua Tree, when I go to Thailand, wherever I'm going, it's with, look, now everything's done. Now we just let it heat up. Now, this is why mine are just, the turkeys are a little bit frozen. I pulled them out of the freezer. I thought they defrost from last night. But going back to that recipe pack for a second, realizing that it's just going to take a little bit more time. But that's why I love the slow cooker. And here's what I will say. With this, there's a particular tool here. Because especially everyone on Amazon, I have a couple other products and tools I'm going to show you that are going to be clutch. So if you're watching anywhere else, you may not see all of these products I'm about to get into, but I promise you it's worth coming over here and checking out. Is this thing's pretty clutch, especially as it heats up. I literally will just take this 4-prong meat chopper to help for that. I'll just go in there and turn it. And this is just like super clutch for our recipes, for any kind of slow cooker I've ever really done. I've just seen it have a lot of ease and function and use to it. So another like pro tip for everybody. With that being said, I'm going to circle in, check the questions, see what we got. And again, what I'm going to do for everybody, especially watching live, I'm going to throw in a bonus. If anybody comes in here and is buying our cookbook, I'm going to actually throw in, or you buy the 28-day reset, I'm just going to throw in both books. You're going to get both books, and I'm going to personally be able to work with you on our coaching program as well. So again, we've got our 28-day reset, the entire book, plus our entire slow cooker. So we don't just have the turkey chili. Let me just read off. You guys want to hear some of these recipes? Let me just read off what we got in here. Ooh, we got some slow cooked pulled chicken. We got some lamb rogagesh. We got some slow cooker Asian braised beef. What's up? What you know about that braised beef? What you know about that braised beef? What? Then we got that spaghetti squash and meatball. So again, some things we can just like tweak a little bit and you get your ratios. Now, here's what I want to read you too is for these, check out the protein and calories. So we got 300 calories, 30 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber. I always try and shoot for, whenever possible, for every 100 calories I'm taking in, not that I'm obsessed with counting calories, but when we are paying attention to calories, which can be a variable we do want to be mindful of, getting at least 10 grams of protein. That puts us at a 40% protein intake ratio. From my experience, that is going to be all the protein you're going to need and then some. And more than likely, you're probably not going to hit that much, and that's okay. So even if you end up at 30% protein, you're all right. And then so that's just like, again, from a cooking perspective, it gives you, if you're like, I'm bored with what I'm doing, I need some new ideas, we got you. I'm telling you, this is like the move. And for overall, you don't know where to start. I always point people, even our 14-day program trial in the app, it comes from our 28-day reset. This is something I've been using for almost 10 years now. It's been 8 years in the making. We've had our 4th revision now. And now we're actually going to be upgrading into our comeback series. So when you buy these books, when we do the next series, I send you the upgraded version as a PDF for free. So you don't have to worry about missing out on it. And our 28-day reset goes from everything from breaking down, hey, in your first week, how can you do a little bit of a habit reset, a behavioral reset? Breaks down different ways to eat and how you not only have to necessarily, you can look at strategies on counting calories, but also strategies on how you never have to really count calories and use your hand as a reference point. So if I want to have a palm's worth of protein in every meal, or a cupped hand worth of carbs, or a thumb's worth of fat, what does that mean? And how can I do that no matter where I am, and why that's going to be a helpful strategy, as well as our week 1. Here's what I will say. I'm not a huge fan of crash diets, but what I will say when it comes to our week 1, this is meant to be a reset, but you will see weight loss. Like you will see body composition change. It's not huge. It's not drastic, but I've seen people lose anywhere from 3 to 10 pounds of body weight. I say body weight, not body fat specifically. You're not mathematically losing that much body fat. However, you're losing some glycogen, you're losing some water, things like that. But the cool thing is you won't gain it all back after the first week, especially the way we strategize things. We slowly reintroduce food. So the weight, about 70% of that weight stays off, which psychologically feels good. That's part of why we do that, is not just, yes, we want to lose a little bit of body fat in the beginning to gain momentum, but psychologically build momentum. That's what I talk about with my clients, our coaches talk about. It's the psychological behavior aspect of it, and that's what makes it sustainable. So let me go through weeks 2, 3, and 4, your exact strategy. You got to shopping plan that goes along with this. You've got everything that you could possibly need. You even have a meal plan that goes in here if you're not a fan of apps. Because I've had some people say, hey, man, I don't want an app. I just want the book. Cool. But guess what? We even have links to our app that you'll get access to in this. You just go to our website and there you go. So it breaks down supplementation. And again, this isn't medical advice. This is just for educational purposes. You still should talk to your physician. We even have an entire bodyweight workout program that's fighter inspired. You don't have to be a fighter, but the idea here is we utilize that. If you've ever seen a fighter's physique, we're pretty on point, lean, muscular, athletic, fit, healthy, all those pieces. Breaks down from lower body, upper body, core, do a kind of 3-day split. And then we have HIIT workouts and cardiovascular training we coach you through. And it even shows you how to like train on the different weeks. Because each week we're going to be training a little bit differently to match what we're eating. And then I even like to put my references in the back and citations so you can see like I'm not making this stuff up. These are the actual like scientific articles and journals we're pulling this stuff from. And then again, resources you can take more steps with. For example, getting into our 28-day reset. All right, while this is cooking, I'm going to talk about the bands a little bit. So again, I just wanted to plug this in. Again, if you guys have questions, let me know. We'll go back to the band set because the other parts of the bands is having the door anchor. So you can literally do this anywhere as long as and you don't even technically need a door, but if there is a door, you got your handles that clip onto the bands. You got your door stopper, you slide the bands through. So you can turn it into pretty much a cabled machine, a cable stack machine, anything you really want to do, this has. Plus we have our, not only long loop, but our short loop bands as well, the booty style bands. So you can get all of your goodness in for all the body parts, not just upper body, your lower body, your core. And then we also have, again, your QR code you can scan. This comes in our pack so that you can get this and get into all the goodness. So that's pretty much all the LOF stuff. Now I'm going to hang out for a little bit. Let's just chill for 10 minutes. I'm going to drink some coffee. We're going to get our Crockpot going. Let me make sure, yeah, slowly getting it in there. Pour some coffee, answer some questions. And then I just wanted to plug a couple of cool things. So like one of the things I want to talk about while I'm mixing up my protein in the morning is this is an interesting one. So some sea moss gel. I want to talk about, like, since we're talking about nutrition, we're doing meal prep. This specifically for my Amazon peeps because this is a product I got sent to me. I want to give you an interesting way you could potentially use this. Okay. Who's calling me in the middle of a live stream? Who's calling? Of course. This is the mango pineapple. Here's what I like. So this has been a fun way for my kids to get in some nutrients. I don't tell them what it is exactly, especially because once you hear like, oh, what sea moss, may turn them off. It may actually excite them, but from my experience, it may turn them off. So I just use this like jelly. So like peanut butter, instead of peanut butter and traditional jelly, I do peanut butter and the sea moss gel. This is the mango pineapple. It's really good. Honestly, I've even give in our 3-year-olds just tablespoons of this and she will house it. She'll like totally have it. She's like, oh, that's really good. So yeah, I'll give you an example. Like I'll literally just do it right now. You guys can see this. Know that I'm not like yanking your chain here. And it's actually like surprisingly good. The only thing you have to get over is, from my experience, is the name sea moss gel. You guys can kind of see that. It's like if you think of like this as sea moss, it might like psychologically mess with you, but it's like jelly. And it's like sweet, not like no like fishy taste, no oceany taste. Like I'm thinking sea moss, right? I'm thinking ocean taste. Let's just break down the macros here for a quick second. So calories, 10 calories, 2 grams of carbs, 1 gram of sugar. You got iron and potassium. So nothing like, again, outrageous that's going to mess with your stuff. This can be a great way. Again, I go back to like not only the micronutrient side of it in the iron, potassium for like the minerals and electrolytes, but also just some of the other phytonutrient diversity plant life that we're going to get with that. I think it's just a cool way to like enhance your overall experience. So yeah. And again, we got like tons of other Black Friday deals here in the live stream. You guys want to check out, ask questions on, let me know. But I'm going to just go back to, again, our 28-day even reset here as I talk about some of the more philosophical, because like really at the heart of everything is our 28-day reset. Like the 28-day reset along with the slow cooker is at the heart of it, which is why I have it kind of set up the way I do. Slide this over. Also, I realized I don't have my chili in here. Let's get the chili. And this is where choppers in. But that's why I like, one of the best ways I like to start my day is first doing, when possible, like 12 to 16 ounces of either seltzer or water before I put in caffeine. This is why I like this chopper. We can just kind of put it in, turn it around, chop this stuff up, mix it, gets the pattern mixed. Right. I have a little placeholder for it. It goes over these habitual kind of dynamics to focus on, our habits, our behavior patterns. So for me, it's protein in the morning with my supplementation. First, I drink water. Then I like to get my coffee, throw in my protein. I'm not saying you need to have like protein shakes if you want. You don't even have to take in protein if that's not what you're into. But being able to leverage behavior patterns and how to make it sustainable. Like I know for me, this is sustainable. It's an easy way to get in 30 grams of protein on top of my day. So then if I'm doing my turkey chili, for example, and I'm doing 2 servings of that, each serving is about 30 grams of protein. So if I do 2 servings of my turkey chili, that's 60 right there, plus another 30, that's 90. I personally shoot for at least 150 grams of protein per day. We talk about all this in our 28-day reset, how much protein you need, where you can get it from, how to look at it, if you want to count the macro side of it, or if you want to do Palm's worth. To me, a Palm's worth is going to be a serving. So a protein shake is a serving. In the turkey chili, that's going to be another serving. And then a second round, it's another serving. So cool, I'm getting 3 servings in per day. We're trying to get in 5 servings per day. That's what my goal is. We talk about, again, all this in the book. And then we break it down in more detail in our app. And the cool thing is you can log your actual food. And now we have AI support. So again, everyone that's going to get our books today, get our bands, anything that you're purchasing on any one of our shops and throughout the entire weekend, or you just start with our trial, I'm also going to hook you up with our AI function as well, our LOF GPT that I specifically prompted with all the information I found valuable over my almost 20 years now. Actually, yeah, it's 20 years of coaching. Let's see if you got any questions. Doesn't look like there's any specific questions. So it's really now like Crockpot do its thing. What I'm going to probably do is around lunchtime, I may, depending on, I have some coaching calls I'm going to get into later today, come back, give you guys a little bit of an update, but I will also be back tomorrow and Sunday and Monday doing at least one live stream. Tomorrow's going to be a workout. We're going to be specifically getting into the bands and how you can use those bands in a fighter-infused workout, like I was talking about in the 28-day reset. But we're going to get into a band workout, plus some other fitness stuff. You can work along with me. And again, I wanted to do more of this kind of stuff. So not only for like the Black Friday to Cyber Monday time, but being able to have what we would consider in like the ADHD space, body doubling. So if you guys just want to like literally do meal prep and cook, just join along, get the ingredients, get our cookbook. I'll announce, hey, we're going to be doing this recipe at home, or we're going to be doing a slow cooker. Do whatever you want, but just cook with us. Tomorrow, I'm going to be working out in the evening time. Check the live stream schedule. I had to update it. Originally, we were going to start at 8 o'clock today. I had to push it to 8:45. So just make sure you're following on whatever platform you're watching this on. Stay up to date. I'll announce the schedule. I'll be putting it in my stories as well, so you can stay tuned there. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I appreciate you guys hanging out, shopping with me this morning, engaging. Again, get our book series. The products are in here. I like the things that I share. I truly believe in, especially the things that I create. I created them for a reason because I know they add value, and I've seen them work for thousands of people in my coaching experience. And that's the whole point of doing all of this. One of the things I'm even tempted to do is like, while we're even like letting this go down, there's no questions coming in. I'm going to maybe just sit here, drink my coffee, hang out a little bit. Maybe even get a little workout in here. Might even get a workout going down a little bit. What do you think? Do we have any questions coming up? You want to see a workout? Because I know we're definitely going to be doing a workout tomorrow. Definitely going to be getting that in, helping move some calories after the Thanksgiving fun. But also being able to just showcase and highlight the value and the versatility to the bands. And also how, like, the other cool thing that I want to just highlight really quick when it comes to the bands we utilize in our books is in our entire coaching program is how you can combine different things, the versatility to being able to combine it. So you can take the bands, right? And you can connect it to a dumbbell set, your barbells, to different pieces of equipment and level up that experience. So That's something I'm going to get into tomorrow as well. And things that we discuss in our retreats and our coaching and our overall experiences. That's something that I highly recommend you guys check out. And we're going to be doing our remote passes as well for that. We got lots of fun going down. And it's just me hanging out with you guys, sipping a little bit of coffee here this morning. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Also, I'm curious, how's everybody's like holiday weekend going so far? You guys actually enjoying it as a holiday? You getting downtime? What does it look like for y'all? And what we'll do is let's pop this out here. We'll throw up our 28-day reset over here on the TikTok shop. I see y'all. That slick hat, our LOF hats, man. I'm so proud of the hats that we have. Like, this is the Life of a Fighter version, but we also have the Lifestyle of Fitness ones up for grabs now in our apparel line. You can just grab. I really appreciate the logo. It's one thing I'm really proud of. The design that we came to, I just really, really do like. I'm biased, obviously. I'm curious what you guys think. Let's check, see we got questions over here. And I wish you guys could smell this too, like already. And that's the other cool thing when it comes to the slow cooker is the like aroma that it's kind of releasing. And just the smell of it. Like that's such an awesome piece. All right, let's see. You know what I realized too, y'all? One thing I want to talk about really quickly are these bowls. This is something that we have hanging up. So this side, I'll just go over some of the like tools we have here in our kitchen. So if you ever have to like heat up a bowl, put it in the microwave, out of the microwave, but you don't want the actual bowl itself to burn your hand, this is what's up. So check it out. Boom. You go in the microwave. It's not going to burn your hand, with some materials like this one. It's going to really heat up too much, but it's slick because it's got a nice little like hanging tool. We hang it right next to our fridge and it's just ready to go. So we'll have that also ready for the chili in hours to come. And the cool thing, this is going to take about 4 hours for our turkey chili. So you're just able to like set it, kind of forget it, keep it easy. And that's one of the things I really enjoy. One of the other things I want to talk about when I talk about my protein and coffee mix is having a froth. Check this out. Or this actually becomes clutch, like for even mixing up for my French press. But before you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to show you. So this just happens to be perfectly out. Here, let me get a fresh cup. Let's rinse this out. Simple paper cup. Starbucks, you got to pay me for this. This isn't even a sponsored ad. But we have our frother here. And the cool thing is, I like sometimes just like simple tools you don't think about, but that can be like pretty clutch. Like again, the chopper, but to our frother. I learned being able to froth up my protein shakes, even just to mix it up. Like, so when I'm mixing, if you don't want to use the pre-made shakes, and let's say you want to have a powder, right? Like I have our protein powders here that I can mix in. This becomes pretty healthy. So we got our frothy goodness. I don't know if you guys can see that, but watch. We're going to pour that. And then for those of you that are really into coffee, way beyond me, you know, your pour overs and all that fancy fun stuff. Play with the frother tools. Play with all this fun stuff. Make your experience even more fun. And then we do a nice little, so you can see froth on top, And then we just, I don't have any cool shapes or anything I've learned to do yet. But yeah, especially with the flavored protein shakes, it just takes it to another level for the experience, which I just really enjoy. So that's like another cool thing. I think just investing in things like this can be really helpful. Let's see, what are some other fun ones that I like here that we can dig into? Let's see. What I will say, yeah. Let me talk about this Ninja set here for a second. So this, actually, I'll pause. We're going to wait to get into the Ninja and different mixes. What I will say that'll come in clutch is our So we make this recipe, right? We make all this yummy food. You can just put the crock pot itself into fridge. Or what I find really helpful is taking our containers ahead of time and just being able to portion them out. So then I know, all right, cool, this is going to be 2 servings. I can grab and go. This will last me for the day. Having it ready, having them durable, you can throw them in the fridge, you can throw them in the freezer, and then you can be able to heat them up as necessary. So also having the containers to go along with this. These are just like the little like accessory tools I think can be helpful to look at. And then we'll go back to, speaking of the accessory tools, as we're going through all this fun stuff. I want to go back to our kind of like meat chopper, even though I'm not necessarily using it to chop the meat. I'm going to use this just to like blend it. Somewhat chopping it was really just to like break it up, especially since this is still a little cold. And that's why we, in the recipe book, if you want to do it legit by the book, it calls to saute it in a pan. But when you're doing slow cooker long enough, it literally will become loose enough where you can just break it apart, mix it in here. Technically, you could even do the frother, but the frother is just, from my experience, not big enough and beefy enough to handle it. So like I use this just meat chopper, get it in here, break everything up, and then we can just stir, get our forearm workout in, y'all. This is where we get part of our workout. Part of the fun and the deal in here. Bam. So there we go. Yeah, I wish you guys could smell this. That's like the other cool part. I think it's really great about doing like a slow cooker. Whether you work from home or you go out of the office, you can just kind of like let it, forget it, come back, and the house is going to smell awesome. Unless you're cooking horrible food, but if you're using our slow cooker recipe pack, every time it's going to smell amazing. So I highly recommend that. So let's bring it full circle. We'll bring it back home as I start to wrap it up here with our recipes in our cook demo for the day. Again, our Kindle edition is absolutely free here on Amazon. You can get our printed copies. When you buy the printed copies of our slow cooker, you're also going to get, or you buy the 28-day reset. You buy either one of these, I'm going to send you the other one just on me as a bonus to upgrade, as well as you're going to get access to our 14-day program in the app. Not only the 14-day program, but you're going to have lifetime access to the app itself. You won't lose your workout program. You won't lose your plan. You won't have to pay any kind of fees. You'll just be able to keep your app, keep your access. You'll be able to log food, communicate with a coach. Now, if you want additional coaching support, if you want upgraded plans, we obviously have stuff for that. You'll also be able to have the opportunity to win our band set. When you go through our 14-day trial and you're 80% adherent, you will just get this gifted to you. And you'll get the band set. If you buy the band set, if you buy the book, if you buy any of this stuff, and you actually do 80% of our 14-day trial or 30-day resistance band program, if you do 80% of it, I'll reimburse you the cost of whatever you spend, because I want to reward you guys for actually showing up and doing the work. And I just know that you're going to want to do coaching with us after that point because of the value we've added in your life. When you stick to a program, even for 2 weeks, you will see change. You will see it show up, and I know the impact that has, and that's why I'm so confident why I invite these things to take action. Okay, I'm about playing the long game and adding value for you guys. I'm not here trying to make a quick buck. Honestly, like selling it either for $3 or $20 or $100, like that's not going to stack a bunch of cash, right? What it is going to do, what I think about, is add value. And what it's going to do is make an impact on your life. And then I'm ultimately here, like my whole mission in this world is to transform the world with health. That's what I truly believe. And then obviously you're like, cool, I want to work with you, Mike. Great. We have programs for you, we have options. And the other part, while I will say we're not the cheapest program, like I would say we're probably one of the more expensive coaching programs in not only the state of where we're at, but just probably in the world. We're like on the higher end of things. Now what we're able to do is for those that can't afford our coaching, we have insurance options. We're now working with United Healthcare, getting on board with Aetna, trying to work with Cigna, Medicaid, Medicare, all these options to now level up as well. So if you're interested in that, again, grab our products, check out our resources. We have all the stuff here. I'm looking forward to it. And if you guys have any questions, wherever you're watching this, just reach out to us. Make sure you're following because I'm going to be going live the rest of the weekend. We got great stuff coming ahead. That's pretty much going to do it for the cooking demo and recap here. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully it added value for you because here's the biggest thing. even if you didn't cook anything, even if you don't get anything, I will always want to invite taking away one thing from an actionable you can do from this so your time was worth investing. If there's one thing that you do, the one thing I would invite you to do, and I'll cover it for a couple different goals. One, if your goal is to lower your overall body weight, the first thing, one of the most accessible behavior patterns you can do is take pictures of your food. You don't have to log it anywhere. You don't even have to put it in our app. Just take pictures of your food. Get in that habit. On average, a study with the National Institute of Health showed people that took pictures of their food ate 20% less. And the only way you are going to lose weight mathematically is if you're eating less than what you are burning. If you haven't lost weight, you're like, yeah, Mike, but I'm in a calorie deficit. You are not mathematically and physics-based in a calorie deficit if you are not losing weight. Now, you may want to talk to your doctor as to why you're eating whatever you're eating and why you're not in a calorie deficit, even if you're eating a low amount of calories. That's something for your physician. You can get with our team. We have our medical director, Dr. Eric's absolutely great. We can connect you with him. But that's like the other piece. The second piece on the same thing. If you want to put on muscle, if you want to put on size, if you want to put on weight, and you're not sure why, it's because you're not in a calorie surplus or you're not even breaking even. And there's some strategies we talk about in the book here around that. But to help you get in a calorie surplus is also similarly being able to not necessarily take pictures of your food, but this is where I would invite you to start tracking your protein and your calories. Now, you don't have to count calories forever, but that's an important piece. Where's your total calories? Where's your protein? If your calories are not at least at what you're burning every day and your protein intake's not adequately matching, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So those are the two actionables to take away. When it comes to just enjoying your food, know what you like and don't take things away. This is, I guess, a more simple behavior pattern. Instead of taking things away from your lifestyle, especially if you want to lower your body fat or you just want to like be healthier, quote unquote, or whatever that means for you, just focus on adding things into your life. Instead of taking things away, for example, I love Reese's. I'm not going to remove peanut butter cups from my life. What I did is instead I added a homemade version that me and Carrie get to make. And Carrie mostly makes a lot of it. So thank you, Carrie. And I get to make it too. But I'm adding that into my, instead of removing, for example, peanut butter cups. So find ways to add things in that you enjoy instead of removing it. But that's going to be my last little piece. I'm going to leave this to continue to cook. And then tomorrow I'll be back for our workout series. Again, it's going to be going down. I have it set for, I believe, 8 o'clock, but we may be updating that depending on the timing of the day, our feedback from everybody. And Sunday we'll also be doing a office hours as per, actually I lied. The office hours isn't going to be going on as per usual. We're moving it to just because it's the holiday. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing our band workout and the best fitness deals. And then Sunday, we're going to be doing a self-care Sunday. It's going to be at 6:45 Eastern Standard Time. And then Monday, I haven't figured out the time yet. I'm going to dial in our schedule, get some feedback from everybody. But again, just make sure you're following on whatever platform you're watching this on. You'll have the announcements. I'll share it. You can get on our newsletter, go on our blog. The other cool thing is we also have our blog has an entire holiday series, a not only deal guide, but a workout and a meal guide that leverages our recipe books, leverages some recipes from here, gives you workouts you can do, all the stuff. Again, just wanted to add as much value for you guys as possible. So appreciate y'all, and I will catch you either later or tomorrow. Cheers. Yeah, everyone.